Today we're going to be installing flexible rubber landscape edging along these two beds here. This is the type of flexible rubber edging we're going to be installing today. This particular brand came from the Sam's Big Box Club stores. We previously used this same type of rubber landscaping edging we got from Lowe's construction stores. Show you a couple of differences in the two. The Lowe's product is a more natural color brown. It has corrugations in it, so it looks like bricks, smaller divisions in it. It's a little bit heavier rubber. You can tell just from the feel, the weight of it weighs a little bit more than the Sam's product. And the Sam's product feels a little bit softer when you push on it. The other thing, the Sam's product has a rounded edge on the front surface of it. The Lowe's has a square edge, and the thicknesses of the rubber are a little bit thinner. The Lowe's product costs about $10 for a 4-foot section. The Sam's product is $8 for a 4-foot section. So it's 20% cheaper, but it is a lighter product, it's obvious. The other thing with the Lowe's product is the packaging of it. It's packaged in a plastic sleeve that has all the materials inside of it, all the pegs, everything like that. Very easy. You just open up the sleeve. It's ready to go into the ground. The Sam's product has the pegs stapled in a bag to the rubber. So you have to make sure you have all the pegs when you get it at the store. And the other thing is I found is that you have big staples that are sticking out of here that I'm going to have to sit here and pull all these staples out before I can use this. Pieces go together by having little round pegs that go in the end where there are holes drilled. And if you look online, it'll say you can dip your pegs in soap and they'll go in easy. What I find is that even if they're dipped in soap, a lot of times the pegs won't go in as far as they need to go because they aren't drilled out. As I've gone through the pile, I found several from the Sam's brand that don't even have holes drilled in the end, so I'm going to have to locate where those are and drill them myself. But like this particular peg here needs to go at least halfway into that piece there so it can make a nice clean joint, and it goes about a third of the way in. It doesn't matter how much soap you put on it, that's not going to go in any further. So I'm going to have to drill all of these out before I can use them. To drill these out, I found a drill bit that's really just a little bit smaller diameter than the peg itself, and have it in my drill where when I push in, it'll go at least past that halfway mark on that peg. It's very simple just to align the drill and push in, keep it running and pull it straight out, and then the peg will go into that hole after that easily. And there it's halfway in. So before I get out here in the sun and start putting this down, I'm going to sit here in the shade and drill all these out, make sure that the pegs go in them. I'll string together all the pieces for one bed, lay them out before I start putting them in. We'll get back to that a little bit later on. Once I have the holes drilled out for the end pins, you simply put the pins, push them in on each end, line them up with the next piece, and slide them together, push them together tight. I started at the far end, pinning the edging down to the ground using these longer plastic stakes and a hammer. Because most of this area I've already tilled, these stakes go in pretty easily. I do have a couple places where I'm outside of the tilled area and the ground's harder. So what I do if I encounter a rock or something hammering it in is I'll just take a large screwdriver and hammer it into the hole first, push the rocks out of the way, pull the screwdriver out, and then put the stake into place. I've laid out all the pieces together, and when I come over to the end here, I have about 6 inches of a gap that I need to fill in. So I'll start working on the far end, staking them down, leveling it up, and I'll kind of pull it in just a little bit to take care of that 6-inch gap over here. Other thing I want to show you about this particular edging from Sam's, it's a very lightweight rubber. And I have a piece here that I bent to pick. Actually, I picked it up, and when I bent it, it started to break in half right there just on the bend. The ones I did from Lowe's did not have that problem. I think that's probably a quality control issue. The other thing with this particular edging from Sam's is that it has 4 peg holes in it. The Rubberific only has 3, and it may be again that the density of the rubber is not as strong as the Rubberific, and so it needs more pins to hold it in place. I've got the edging in on both of these beds now, and then we can start planting in these up against these rock walls.